Shadow English like a pro. Boost confidence and fluency for A1, A2. From zero to success. Motivational English story for beginners. There was a young man named Leo. He was 20 years old. He lived in a small, quiet town surrounded by tall mountains and long, empty roads. The wind in the town was soft. The nights were cold. The days were simple and slow. Most people were peaceful and calm. But inside Leo, there was a fire, a small fire, a dream, a desire to rise above the life he had. A desire to change his future, a desire to give his family a better life. Leo had big dreams, but he had very little money. His father worked as a mechanic. His mother cleaned houses. His younger sister Sophie was only 10 years old. She looked at Leo with bright eyes. She believed he was strong. She believed he was brave. She believed he could do anything. But Leo did not feel strong. He did not feel brave. He felt small. He felt lost. He felt unsure of himself. But he still had his dream. He wanted to become a successful businessman. He wanted to own restaurants. He wanted people to know his name. He wanted to take care of his family. One cold evening, Leo sat outside his small house. The sky was dark. The stars were quiet and far. The air touched his face like a cold hand. Leo looked up. He took a deep breath. He whispered a question to the night. "How do I start?" His voice was soft. "How do I start when we have so little?" He closed his eyes. He imagined a better life, a warm house, a happy family, a successful business, customers smiling, people saying his name with respect. He opened his eyes again. The stars did not answer, but the dream stayed inside him, warm, alive, waiting. The next morning, Leo talked to his father. He said, "Dad, I have a dream." His father looked tired. His hands were covered in oil from work, but his eyes were honest. "Dreams are not free," his father said. "If you want something, you must fight for it. Start with what you have, even if it is small." Leo listened carefully. The words went deep into his heart. He thought about them all day. Later that afternoon, Leo watched the people in his town. Children ran in the street. Mothers carried bags from the market. Old men talked near the park. People looked busy. People looked hungry. People loved food, especially fresh bread. But the town had no bakery. People had to travel far to buy bread. Leo noticed this. He stood still. He felt a small idea in his mind, a tiny spark, a beginning. "I can sell bread here," he thought. "I can start small. I can start now." But there was a problem. Leo had no money to buy bread. Not even a little. He felt stuck again. But then he remembered his father's words. "Start with what you have." Leo had something. He had courage. He had legs to walk. He had a voice to speak. He had hope. So the next morning, Leo made a decision, a brave decision. He would walk to the big bakery outside the town. He would talk to the owner.
he would ask for a chance. The walk was long. The sun was hot. The road was dusty. But Leo kept walking, step by step, slow but steady. He felt nervous. He felt afraid. What if the owner says no? What if he laughs at me? What if I fail? But he kept walking, because dreams do not grow in comfort. Dreams grow in courage. Finally, after many hours, Leo arrived at the bakery. The bakery smelled warm and sweet. The smell of fresh bread filled the air. Leo took a deep breath. He stepped inside. Behind the counter stood Mr. Anderson. He was an old man. His eyebrows were thick. His face looked serious. His voice was deep. He did not smile often. He was known for being strict. He was known for being careful. He did not trust people easily. Leo felt his heart beat fast, but he walked forward. He stood tall. He spoke clearly. "Mr. Anderson," he said, "I want to sell your bread in my town. I do not have money to buy it first, but I will sell it. I will return your money. I will keep a small profit. Give me 1 week." Mr. Anderson looked at him with sharp eyes. "Why should I trust you?" He spoke slowly. His voice was heavy. Leo felt fear again, but he also felt the fire inside him. So he said, "Because I am determined. Because I will not run away. I will not give up. I will work hard. I will prove myself." Mr. Anderson did not answer quickly. He stayed silent for a long moment. Leo waited. His hands felt cold. His legs felt weak. He stared at the floor. He tried to stay calm. Finally, Mr. Anderson spoke. "Fine," he said. "I will give you bread for 1 week. But if you fail to pay me back, do not come here again." Leo nodded quickly. "Thank you," he said. His voice shook, but his eyes were bright. The next morning, Leo woke up before sunrise. The sky was still dark. The air was cold. He walked again to the bakery. He carried bread back to his town. His back hurt. His arms felt tired, but his heart felt full. He set up a small stand near the park. He stood behind it. He smiled at every person who passed by. He said, "Fresh bread, warm and delicious." People looked curious, but people did not know him yet. People did not trust him yet. So Leo offered free samples. Small pieces, soft, warm, sweet. People tried them. People liked them. And soon Leo had his first customer, then his second, then more. By the end of the day, Leo sold everything.
He walked back to the bakery with the money. He paid Mr. Anderson. The old man looked at him. He nodded. "You kept your word," he said. "Come back tomorrow." Leo smiled for the first time that day. A real smile. A proud smile. From that day on, Leo worked every morning. He woke up at 4. He walked to the bakery. He carried bread back. He sold it with energy. He sold it with hope. People started to know him. People liked him. People trusted him. They liked his smile. They liked his kindness. They liked his energy. After 2 months, Leo saved enough money to buy a small cart. It helped him carry more bread. It made his work easier. It made his dream grow bigger. One day, a woman said, "Leo, you sell bread well. But why not bake your own bread? You will earn more. You will grow faster." The idea surprised Leo. He looked at his hands. He had never baked anything, not even once. The thought was scary, but the idea stayed inside him. It grew stronger each day. Finally, he said to himself, "I must learn. I must grow. I must take risks." The next morning, Leo asked Mr. Anderson, "Can you teach me to bake?" Mr. Anderson frowned. "If I teach you, you will stop buying bread from me," he said. "That is bad for my business." Leo understood, but he spoke honestly. "I will not forget your help," he said. "If I succeed, I will help your bakery too." Mr. Anderson stared at him. Then he sighed. "Fine," he said, "but baking is not easy. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes hard work. If you are ready, I will teach you." The lessons began before sunrise, at 3 in the morning, when the world was quiet, when the air was cold, when most people were still sleeping. Leo learned how to mix flour. He learned how to knead dough. He learned how to bake bread slowly and carefully. At first, Leo made many mistakes. The bread was too hard. The bread was too soft. The shapes were wrong. The texture was strange. The smell was not perfect. Leo felt frustrated. His hands hurt. His arms ached. His back felt weak. He sat on the floor and whispered, "Maybe I cannot do this. Maybe I am not good enough." But then he remembered his father's words, "Dreams are not free." He stood up again. He tried again, and again, and again. Slowly, the bread improved. The color improved. The smell improved. The taste improved. After 2 weeks, Mr. Anderson smiled. It was a small smile, but a real one. "This is perfect," he said. "Leo, you are ready." Leo felt proud. He felt strong. He felt new. He rented a small oven for his home. He started baking at night. His family helped. His sister packed the bread. His mother made tea for him.
His father watched quietly with pride in his eyes.
People in the town tried his bread. They loved it. They bought more. And soon, Leo was not only selling bread, he was baking cookies. He was baking pastries. He was baking small cakes. People said, "Leo's bread is the best we ever tasted." Leo felt hope rise inside him. Hope like warm light. Hope like a new sunrise. And this is where his journey begins. A journey from zero. A journey towards success. A journey of courage, effort, and growth. Part 2. Leo's small business grew every day. More people came to his stand. More people waited for him in the morning. More people smiled when they saw him. They liked his bread. They liked his kindness. They liked his hard work. But life does not stay easy. Life always brings new challenges. Life always tests the strong. Life wants to know who will keep going. One morning, Leo woke up before sunrise. He stretched his tired arms. He washed his face with cold water. He prepared the dough carefully. He baked bread with focus and care. The warm smell filled the house. Sophie smiled and said, "The bread smells happy." Leo laughed softly. "Maybe it is happy," he said, "because we made it together." That day, Leo sold everything again. People lined up. Children ran to his cart. Parents bought pastries for breakfast. Old men bought warm bread to eat with tea. Leo felt proud. His dream was growing. His dream felt real. But later that week, something unexpected happened. A new bakery opened in town. It was big. It was bright. It had colorful signs. It had shiny windows. It had beautiful lights. The owner was a young man named Eric. Eric was confident. Eric was clever. Eric had money. Eric had a nice shop. People became curious. People wanted to see something new. People visited his bakery. Leo noticed fewer customers that day, then fewer the next day, and even fewer the day after that. His heart hurt. His chest felt tight. His hands felt cold. He looked at his cart. He looked at his bread. He looked at the beautiful shop down the street. He whispered, "Is this the end for me?" But he did not give up. He stood still for a moment. He breathed slowly. He watched people walking in and out of Eric's bakery. He watched their happy faces. He watched their excitement. He watched their curiosity. Then he asked himself a question. A strong question. What can I learn from this? Not why me? Not why now? But what can I learn? This question changed everything. Leo went to his customers. He asked them politely, "What do you like about Eric's bakery?" Some said, "His shop looks clean and pretty." Some said, "The design of his cakes is beautiful." Some said, "His place looks modern."
Leo listened carefully. He did not get angry. He did not get jealous. He did not feel hate. He felt something else. He felt motivation. He felt a push. He felt a new idea growing in his mind. He said to himself, "I must grow too. I must improve. I must learn new skills." So that night, Leo made a plan. A small plan. A clear plan. A plan he could follow step by step. First, he cleaned his cart. He washed it with soap and warm water. He made it shine under the sun. Next, he painted it with bright colors: red, yellow, and white, colors that looked warm and friendly. He added a small sign with big letters: Leo's Fresh Bakes. The letters were clear. The letters were simple. The letters were easy to read from far away. Then he decorated the cart with ribbons and cloth. He made it look beautiful. He made it look new. He made it look like it belonged to him. He made it look like a dream in color. Next, Leo decided to improve his pastries. He wanted to make them look better. He wanted them to look special. He wanted them to look like gifts. So he walked to the library. He searched for books on baking. He searched for books on cake decorating. He watched videos. He learned slowly. He repeated steps. He practiced designs. He tried simple patterns at first: lines, circles, small flowers. Then he tried more. He made shapes with cream. He used chocolate for patterns. He added soft colors: pink, light brown, soft yellow. Nothing too bright, nothing too heavy, just simple beauty. His first designs looked strange, but the next ones looked better, and better, and better. Day by day, night by night, his hands learned the movements. His mind learned the patience. His heart learned the joy of creating beauty. Soon, his pastries looked wonderful. They looked elegant. They looked soft. They looked warm. They looked full of love. Leo also decided to bring back free samples. He cut small pieces. He placed them on a clean plate. He gave them to people passing by. He said, "Try one." His voice was gentle. His smile was warm. People tasted the pastries. Their eyes widened. Their faces brightened. Many bought more. Slowly, customers began to return. Slowly, they remembered his kindness. Slowly, they remembered his effort. Slowly, they remembered the taste of his bread. Not just the taste in their mouths, but the taste in their hearts. The taste of sincerity. The taste of humility. The taste of effort. One evening, an elderly woman came to his cart. Her hair was white. Her hands were thin. Her voice was soft. She said, "Leo, I have watched you. I have seen many young men give up when life becomes hard. But you did not give up. You worked harder. That is why we trust you." Leo felt his eyes fill with warmth. He bowed his head. "Thank you," he said quietly. Months passed. Leo saved money again. He counted it every week. The amount grew slowly, then grew more, then grew enough. He had enough to rent a small shop. It was not big. It was not fancy. It was not modern, but it was his first shop. His first real step into his future. A place he could paint. A place he could decorate. A place he could fill with warm smells. A place he could call his own. Leo worked day and night to prepare the shop. He painted the walls a soft cream color. He placed wooden shelves near the window. He created a small counter. He placed flowers in the corner. He hung a sign at the door: Leo's Fresh Bakes. The first morning the shop opened, the sky was still dark. The air was quiet. Leo baked bread with strong focus. He filled the shop with warm light. He placed pastries carefully on the shelves. He wiped the counter again and again. He wanted everything to feel perfect.
When the sun rose, customers arrived. They walked into the shop slowly. They looked around. They smiled. They said, "This place feels warm." They said, "This place feels like home." Leo felt proud. He felt grateful. He felt ready for the future. His family helped him. Sophie talked to customers. She had a bright voice. She had kind eyes. People loved her energy. Claire, Leo's mother, organized the money. Mark, Leo's father, fixed anything that broke. The whole family worked together. The shop felt alive. The shop felt full of love. But again, life was not finished testing Leo. Life wanted to know how strong he truly was. Life wanted to know if he would break or rise. One stormy night, the wind blew hard. The rain hit the windows. Lightning flashed across the sky. Thunder shook the ground. Leo prepared to close the shop. He turned off the lights. He cleaned the counter. He walked to the back room. Suddenly, he smelled smoke. His eyes widened. His heart began to race. He ran into the kitchen. A small fire had started near the oven. The flames grew quickly. The air became hot. The smoke became thick. Leo grabbed water. He threw it on the flames. Again, and again, and again.
Finally, the fire stopped. The smoke slowly cleared. Leo sat down on the floor. His clothes were wet. His hands were shaking. His breath was heavy. His equipment was damaged. His oven was broken. His shelves were black with smoke. His shop looked hurt. Leo felt tired, very sad. But he did not cry. He did not scream. He did not fall apart. He breathed deeply. He stood up slowly. He whispered, "This is not the end." He walked outside and looked at the dark street. The rain was still falling, but he stood strong. He said, "I have faced struggles before. I will face this too. I will not give up." Part 3. The Rise After the Fall. Life gives challenges. Life tests the brave. Life asks one question: will you stop or will you rise again? Leo faced this question. He faced it on the day of the fire. He faced it when his shop became ashes. He faced it when people whispered that he was finished. He faced it when Eric smiled with quiet victory. But Leo did not break. Leo did not fall inside. The fire burned his shop, but it did not burn his spirit. Leo stood in front of the burned building. He touched the black wood with his hand. He felt the heat. He smelled the smoke. He closed his eyes. He took a slow breath. He said one sentence: "I will begin again." The next morning, Leo woke up early. He woke up even earlier than before. He woke up before the sky turned blue. He washed his face with cold water. He put on clean clothes. He walked to his kitchen at home. He looked at the small oven. He looked at the old table. He smiled. "This will be my bakery now," he said. He started with one bowl. He started with one bag of flour. He started with one spoon. He started small again, but he did not feel small. He felt strong. He felt ready. He mixed the dough. He shaped the dough. He baked the dough. The smell filled the house. It filled the air. It filled Leo with hope. He tasted the bread. It was good. It was soft. It was warm. It was the taste of effort, the taste of patience, the taste of courage. Leo walked around the town with a basket. He knocked on doors. People opened the door. They looked at him with surprise.
"You are back?" they asked. "Yes," Leo said. "I am starting again." People smiled. People bought his bread. People gave kind words. "Keep going, Leo. You can do this. We believe in you." The support felt like light. It felt like sunshine after rain. It felt like a hand lifting him up. Leo walked house to house. He walked street to street. He walked until his feet hurt. He walked until the basket became empty. He walked with tired legs, but a strong heart.
The next day, more people waited. They waited at their doors. They waited with coins in their hands. They waited with warm smiles. They waited because they trusted him. They waited because they respected him. Leo worked day after day. He baked before sunrise. He delivered until sunset. He slept deeply at night. His hands became strong. His mind became clear. His hope grew taller. Weeks passed. Then months passed. The small kitchen became too small. He needed more space. He needed bigger tools. He needed an oven that could bake more bread. People heard about his need. People came to help. Some brought money. Some brought wood. Some brought nails. Some brought paint. Some helped him build tables. Some helped him clean the old shop space. Some helped him remove the burned wood. Some helped him rebuild the walls. The town worked together. The town believed in Leo. The town believed in effort. The town believed in second chances. Slowly, the shop grew again. Slowly, the walls stood up again. Slowly, the roof became strong again. Slowly, a new bakery appeared. One morning, Leo stood outside. He looked at the new door. He looked at the new windows. He looked at the new sign. Leo's Bakery, the sign said. The letters were clean. The letters were bright. The letters looked proud. Leo opened the door. He stepped inside. He smelled fresh paint. He touched the counter. He looked at his new oven. He closed his eyes. He remembered the fire. He remembered the ashes. He remembered the fear. Then he remembered something stronger. He remembered his courage. He remembered his promise. He remembered who he was. On opening day, the town came. People filled the street. Children jumped with excitement. Adults smiled warmly. Old people sat on benches and watched with pride. Leo baked all morning. He baked bread. He baked cakes. He baked pies. He baked cookies. He baked with love. He baked with gratitude. When he opened the shop doors, people cheered. They clapped. They laughed. They hugged him. Some cried a little. Some whispered, "You did it." Some said, "We always knew you could." Leo thanked everyone. He thanked them again and again. He thanked them with words. He thanked them with warm bread. He thanked them with kind eyes. The bakery became full. The bakery became alive. The bakery became a symbol of courage, a symbol of effort, a symbol of never giving up. Eric came too. He stood quietly at the back. He looked around. He looked at the crowd. He looked at the bread. He looked at Leo. For the first time, Eric felt something new. He felt respect. He felt admiration. He realized something important.
Competition is normal. Jealousy is not. He walked to Leo. He reached out his hand. Leo looked at him. Leo took the hand. They shook hands. It was a strong handshake, a sincere handshake, a beginning of peace.
Leo's bakery grew. It grew each week. It grew each month. People from other towns visited. They heard about his story. They heard about his bread. They heard about his spirit. They came to taste the bread made with courage. Leo hired helpers. He taught them with patience. He taught them with kindness. He taught them the lesson he learned. Nothing is free. Everything good requires work. Everything strong comes from effort. His helpers listened. His helpers learned. His helpers grew. Leo also grew. He grew in skills. He grew in confidence. He grew in wisdom. Sometimes he stood outside the bakery. He watched the sunrise. He felt the soft wind. He listened to the birds. He thought about his journey. He thought about the first basket of bread. He thought about the long walks. He thought about the hard nights. He thought about the fire. He thought about starting again. Then he smiled. He smiled because he understood something. Success is not the bakery. Success is not the money. Success is not the crowd. Success is the journey. Success is the courage to begin. Success is the strength to continue. Success is the heart that rises again and again. One evening, a young boy came to the shop. He held a small notebook. He looked shy. He looked nervous. He said, "Leo, I want to open a shop like you." Leo looked at him with warm eyes. He bent down. He rested his hand on the boy's shoulder. He said softly, "Then start small. Start now. Start with what you have and never stop." The boy nodded. The boy smiled. The boy walked away with hope in his steps. Leo watched him leave. He remembered himself at that age. He felt a warm feeling in his chest. He felt grateful for his journey. He felt proud of his story. The bakery stayed open for many years. It became famous. It became loved. People said, "Leo is the man who started from zero." People said, "Leo is the man who never gave up." People said, "Leo is the man who turned ashes into success." And Leo always answered the same. He always said, "I just kept going." He always said, "Hard work builds dreams." He always said, "Nothing is free." But deep inside, Leo knew something more. He knew the most important truth. He knew that the real power is not in money, not in tools, not in luck, not in talent. The real power is inside the heart. A heart that tries, a heart that hopes, a heart that refuses to quit, a heart that chooses courage, a heart that stands tall after every fall. In the end, Leo's story became a light for the town, a light for children, a light for beginners, a light for dreamers, a light for anyone starting from zero. His story whispered a message strong and simple, a message easy for anyone to remember, a message that stays in the mind forever. Start small, Work hard. Learn every day. Stand up again, and your success will come. Because from zero, you can rise. From zero, you can grow. From zero, you can change your life. From zero, you can become strong. From zero, you can build your dream. And that is the truth. That is the lesson. That is the heart of Leo's story. From zero to success, step by step, day by day. With courage, with patience, with hope, with effort. Nothing is free, but everything is possible.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Self-Study Every Day for more helpful lessons. Leave a comment and tell me what you want to learn next.